Tyler Ramos. Tyler Ramos.
Here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on the road, hey. And it's Time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What is going on, Candle Mafia? Oh, baby, do we have a good show for you guys tonight? Bitcoin getting a little bit of a dumpski. Guys, the writing was on the wall yesterday. You know, nothing too crazy. I don't want to act like, oh, my God, Bitcoin's falling. I don't want to be like a fear monger. I don't even know if I used that word correctly. But, you know, Bitcoin getting a little bit of a move to the downside. And as you guys know, if you tuned into our live stream last night or seen the Big Boy Crypto morning stream, or if you're in the Discords, you will know we've been looking at a few things on the chart that were suggesting a potential move to the downside. And I will tell you guys this. Last night, I was getting a little sketched out. I mean, not really sketched out, but, you know, I was starting to feel like, hey, I don't want to be the only bear in the room. But, you know, the writing was on the walls here, and we're going to take a look at kind of what we were looking at yesterday, why we were expecting a move down. You guys will know we were looking at the 4-hour, looking pretty bearish, a lot of those higher hourly time frames, looking for those red dots. And then we did have a bullish case as well. Obviously, we did have that ascending triangle, which a lot of people were looking at. But I was just thinking, like, you know, the bear divs play out, guys. So there were a few things. We're going to take a look at them for sure. We're going to be taking a look, obviously, at some key levels, guys. I'm going to let you guys know if I think Bitcoin is going to continue to fall down. Where can we find some good support? Or are we basically already seen this fall and we're going to get a big bounce to the upside? I'm going to let you guys know. We're obviously taking a look at Bitcoin. We're taking a look at the altcoins towards the end of the stream. I feel like it's been a little while since we've done a proper altcoin section on the live stream. It's been a couple streams. We've kind of been getting stuck on Bitcoin because there's been a lot to talk about. We had our guest on yesterday. We had Tom Crown on the channel. So yeah, shout out to Sniper's Nightmare. He says we're going to the moon. Let's go. Shout out to Snipers. Thank you for being here, bro. But yeah, guys, I'm going to try to break down kind of where I think price is going to be going in the medium and the short term. Obviously, you know, guys, in the long term, I am remaining bullish. That does still stand true. Today, I am leaning more bullish. But again, some frightening things popping up on the chart. But are we going to see just a small correction, or is it going to be something bigger? But we're going to cover it all tonight, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. For every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on that wheel of pain and pleasure. And we got a big giveaway this week, guys. I think we have we already had our biggest giveaway to do last Friday, but as you guys know, I had to go to my sister's gender reveal. Shout out to this guy, Uncle Candles. I found out I'm having a nephew. I guess I'm not having the nephew. My sister's having my nephew. But anyway, you guys know I was unable to go live on Friday, so we didn't do that giveaway. And now we have the biggest giveaway on top of a whole nother week of giveaways, guys. We might have to do like a 3 or 4 hour stream on Friday to give all this stuff away. But yeah, smash that like button. More likes, more spins, more free stuff, guys. Shout out to who was that? The Bitcoin way. This is the Bitcoin way. Upgraded the membership to Hitman. Hey, whoa. Hey, we're friends. Hey, Bitcoin is the way. Hey, we're friends. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Hannah King for gifting 5 Frankie Candles memberships. Shout out to Hannah King. I think Hannah King has given away more memberships. Her and Crypto Billy and Kenton and Crypto and Yogurt have basically given memberships to almost every single Candle Mafia member. We appreciate all the support. Thank you guys so much for gifting all those subs. Love seeing all these green names in chat. And guys, without further ado, before we jump into those charts, let's go ahead and dive into chat and say what's going on to the Candle Mafia. See who we got in here. I see all the OGs already chatting in here. Let's see who we got. Shout out to Crypto Fire. Shout out to Learning. What is going on, Learning? Hey, no surprise that you're here at the Frankie Candles live stream. Shout out to Alex O Crypto. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. Shout out to Sean. What is going on? Dave Digital. Bro, Dave Digital. I don't even remember what you said, man. Dave Digital sent some things in Discord of abbreviations. Guys, in the Discord, you guys will know we use a lot of abbreviations. We use LVG, low volume gap, FVG, fair value gap, BD, blood diamond, or bear div sometimes, HVN, high volume node. We use a lot of abbreviations, and shout out to Dave Digital. He sent us a list of abbreviations, and bro, you keep us laughing, bro. Shout out to Dave Digital. Show some love to Dave Digital, man. You keep us smiling, bro. I appreciate it. Shout out to our amazing mods, guys. We have the best mods in the game. They are elite. They are the best. Shout out to them. Show them love in chat, guys. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Crypto Billy, what is going on, brother? Shout out to Rob. What is going on, Rob? Tyler Jordan, Deep Petty Crypto, Captain Kirk. Crypto Billy? Did I say Crypto Billy? Tony D, shout out to you guys. Crypto Anon, thank you guys so much for all you do. You guys literally make my life so much easier than it used to be, and I appreciate it endlessly. You have no idea. But shout out to Jonah. Shout out to Tony D. Everybody, we have some more BitGet bonus deposit rewards. Yeah, I'll get into that in just a second, guys. But yeah, shout out to Tony D. Thank you for reminding me about that. Shout out to Hodl Crypto. Shout out to Seek and Hunt. Shout out to Fire Cali Crypto. Shout out to Flat Smack. Speaking of Flat Smack, go ahead and flat smack that like button. Connor Anderson, what is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. Jonathan Schaefer, what is up, bro? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Chat just froze. I think I just missed a couple of super chats. Shout out to John Wick gifting 10 Frankie Candles memberships, guys. You guys are nuts with sharing the, sharing the love here with the Candle Mafia. Shout out to John Wick. I really appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. Bufo on the beat in the chat. What is going on, bro? Hey, Bufo. I like that green name, bro. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Chemistry Bro said, hey, Frankie Candles, we are getting a 24 to 30-minute bull div playing out at the wick support of the ascending triangle right now. Hey, it's not invalidated just yet. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. Thank you for bringing that up, bro. Shout out to This Is the Bitcoin Way, gifting 10 memberships. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Shout out to Super Trucker Ryan says, sup, dog. I say, sup, dog. Thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate the support, bro. Shout out to Super Trucker Ryan. Thesis himself. Oh, my God. The super chats are rolling in. What is going on today? Shout out to Thesis. Oh, my God. Oh, God. It's going to be one of those days. I like it. Shout out to Thesis himself says, I believe in big pumps, big butts, and blonde bimbos, but not in red dots, yellow X's, and long intros. Hashtag scam. Want to see your face sooner. Shout out to Thesis himself. Guys, you will know we're about 5 minutes late today, so every single weekday at 5:50 p.m. Every single weekday, 5:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is now our new time. I'm just kidding. Just today, was a little bit late, ran behind. Sorry about that. Shout out to Medi with the I guess those are bison. I don't even know what that is. That's not even bulls, I don't think. But shout out to you, man. Creighton C, thank you so much. Says Tony D, Booze Cruise Fund. Hey, shout out to Creighton C. We appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much, guys. Let's get Tony D on that cruise. Let's go. Shout out to Creighton C. Hey, that was nice, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you from Tony. Shout out to you, man. Let's see. Hannah King with another 5 gifts. Oh, God. Hannah, you're a legend. Shout out to Hannah. You are the MVP. Shout out to Adil Hussein. Says, Frankie, can you look at the market USDT dominance chart and see if it helps you with any confluence? It does for me. P.S. Thank you for everything. Shout out to Adil. I appreciate you so much. We could definitely take a look at USDT dominance. Yeah, we could definitely take a look at that for sure, man. Great chart to look at for some confluence. Shout out to Ross Reynolds. Says, I want a Frankie hat, but I only wear elastic band hats. Hey, maybe we'll have to offer the strapbacks, and we'll also it was kind of hard to see, the strapbacks, and we'll also have to get the flex fit, I think they're called. Shout out to Ross Reynolds. Thank you so much for that super chat, bro. I do appreciate you. And now, with all those super chats out of the way, guys, let's go ahead and jump right into the chart. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob saying, hey, TA time. Let's go. Let me just move my windows over here and a little bada boom, bada bing. And now let's go ahead and jump into the charts. Here we go. Let's see. I want some Frankie Candle stickers for my motorbike. Hey, if you win some merch, we do put stickers in those packages. So, hey, if you win a giveaway, you might get a Frankie Candle sticker. All right, guys, let's go ahead and hide our TA and just kind of break down the price action that we're getting, guys. Ascending triangle still technically in play here. Just because we got a little dip down did not immediately invalidate the ascending triangle. But still keeping an eye on it. But let's go up to the higher time frames and take a look at what we got going on, guys. Obviously, that weekly VWAP is coming to the downside. Not quite printed that red dot yet, but a lot of the altcoins, guys, are getting that red dot on the weekly time frame. So just something I'm watching very, very closely. But yeah, just once we start seeing that VWAP crossing over that zero line, giving us that red dot, that is where I would expect a little bit bigger of a move down. But moving on down the time frames here, 6-day money flow is looking pretty good. 5-day money flow looking even better with that confirmed green dot. 4-day green dot is printing. As you guys know, yesterday we were talking about this being our kind of the bullish case, being that we had the green dot on that 4-day time frame, and then we had some things on the lower time frames that were kind of matching up with this. the big thing to look at here is that money flow in the green here. The money flow does look healthy here on that 4-day time frame. So, yeah, that is looking pretty good. 3-day green dot confirmed. Money flow coming up. Still looking pretty decent here. But once you get into, that 3-day, that 2-day, kind of what I see going on here, guys, is a potential bearish divergence forming on these higher time frames. Just something to be aware of. They are not printing just yet. We could easily get some support on that zero line and get another push up before a bigger correction. So that is something we have to be careful about because we are knocking on the door to some seriously low volume gaps that could wind up giving us another push to the upside. So, but again, just something to keep an eye on if you start seeing the red dot print here on the 2-day and you have those higher highs on your price with the lower highs on your momentum waves, it would be likely to get at least some form of a move to the downside. But continuing on here, taking a look at that daily. Again, guys, this was something we were looking at on the bearish side yesterday, looking like we could potentially put in another drive of bearish divergence on the daily once we print that red dot. VWAP coming down towards that zero line. Maybe, just maybe, we will print that red dot, start printing that red dot here in 58 minutes and 18 seconds. And if not, it will likely happen unless we get a pump. If we get like a pump during the stream here before this daily candle close, we could get some support on that zero line and see this thing come up just a little bit. But we'll have to wait. We got 58 minutes exactly here to see that next candle print. 16-hour, this was kind of what we were looking at yesterday. Was that yesterday? No, I guess that wasn't yesterday. We had the confirmed red dot on the, we got rejected here at that zero line on the 16-hour. Money flow generally coming out. This is one of the things we were looking at. Kind of make me feel a little bit bearish, right? Because if you get that daily bearish divergence or even just that daily red dot and you have that 16-hour money flow coming out, if that crosses into the red, that may be a pretty bearish sign. So just something to keep an eye on. Money flow coming out on your 16-hour, 12-hour, guys. We did get that VWAP flop. I think this was something we were talking about yesterday because we were about to print that green dot, and we were saying if you get that VWAP flop, getting that green dot and immediate red dot right after, that is where you may get that move down. And that is essentially what happened here. A little bit more of a bearish sign here. Also, money flow coming out on your 12-hour. More of a bearish outlook here. 10-hour red dot is confirmed now. Money flow also getting very, very close to that money flow crossover into the red. Let's see. Yeah, there's always a chance that the Bears get lucky. That's right. 8-hour red dot is confirmed. Also, guys, something to realize here. Not only are these red dots, technically we do have, a bearish divergence here on the 10-hour as well with the money flow coming out. 8-hour giving you the same thing. Bearish divergence on that 8-hour with the money flow coming out. 6-hour, same deal here. Money flow starting to roll to the downside on the 6-hour with that red dot confirmed. And then the 4-hour, guys. This was the main thing that I was looking at, saying, hey, we may get a move down here, guys. Kind of was expecting it, hopefully, to happen. I was hoping for it to happen yesterday, but we wound up printing and confirming it this morning. And what happened? It did give us a move down. So just kind of bringing up our levels here. You guys will know it wasn't just that we saw this bearish divergence on the 4-hour and we blindly shorted it, right? That's not really what we do here. We were coming up to this local value area high, right? We were up at this range high looking for shorts. We got our bearish confirmations. I entered actually a scalp short, not only were we testing the local value area high, but we were also testing this spider line here, which is very, very strong resistance typically. And then also if you go ahead and you pull your more macro range here, let me just go ahead and extend this out a little bit. Your more macro range here, you could see we were also testing the macro value area high. So we have the local value area high, the macro value area high, or the more macro value area high, and the spider line test. That is a trifecta of strong resistance. You get your bearish confirmation, the 4-hour bear div printed, locking in the bearish sentiment in the short term. Not only, guys, I shorted the 12-minute here as we were testing that value area high. Let me print those levels real quick. There you go. We came up to this value area high on the 12-minute. This is actually what I shorted. And then we wound up coming up for one last push to the upside, dipped right into our key level of resistance. right here coming in at about $25,250. Came right up in here, put in a bearish divergence on the 1 hour. So if you weren't in that scalp trade there, you could have seen this 1 hour into our key level of resistance that we gave in the premium Discord. So if you were, because we did give this scalp trade here to the POC first, which wound up hitting the POC. However, came up, you could have, potentially gotten stopped out here depending on how, how open you were with your stop loss. I didn't get stopped out, so I was still in. But if you did get stopped out, you would have taken profits at this POC, right? Gotten that second push to the upside into your key level, and then you would have seen, hey, now we have a 1 hour bearish divergence. You could see that with your lower highs and your higher highs on price as you came into your actual key level of resistance, and you also had money flow coming to the downside, right? So you could have got in there. And then on top of that, you could have entered in on this 1 hour bearish divergence. I'm going to go ahead and put a vertical line here because you could have got in on this 1 hour bear div, and then you come over to the 4 hour, and that was basically foreshadowing. You could have got a nice early entry, and I don't mean front running, right? Technically, you front ran the 4 hour bear div, but you're not getting into a degenerate front run position, right? Because you are actually shorting a technical signal, which would have been this bearish divergence at our key level of resistance with money flow coming out on the 1 hour. And you also, I guess, not on the 15-minute. So you actually didn't really have money flow coming out on the 12-minute either. 10-minute would have been a little confusing as well. So money flow on the lower time frames could have been coming out a little bit nicer, but you did get that 1 hour bear div with the confluence of coming up to your key level and the fact that you were at that value area high slash spider line. You could have started your position here, and then once that 4 hour bear div printed, you were already in your position on this wick, and you could have caught this nice little move down. And where was price gonna go, guys? We talked about this yesterday when we were talking about this little scalp trade. The idea on this trade is to catch the scalp trade short term, right? Just from the value area high. Your first target would be that POC. You actually basically tap that immediately, but then you got a little bounce, and then you came down, tapped the POC one more time before potentially stopping yourself out, putting in that 1 hour bear div. Could have re-entered, and really, essentially, I was holding this scalp trade from here, expecting price to eventually come down to that value area low. And what happened, guys? Like I always say, price action is messy. We rejected the value area high. We bounced on the POC, bounced on the POC, back to the value area high. And then you come to the POC, reject, down to the value area low. So what happened? We rejected the value area high. Sure, we came up and tested it again, but we got rejected from the value area high again, and we are expecting price to go to the POC and then the value area low, and that is exactly what happened, and that is exactly why I push the volume profiles so often, because they are absolute sauce, guys. Absolute sauce. Oh no, Tony D saying he's going to have Crypto Billy arrested in the chat. Oh God, Crypto Billy, run for your life. Tony D has called the police on me before and got me arrested. So trust me, do not call his bluff. He will call the cops on you. I'm just kidding, Crypto Billy. If he calls the cops on you, I'll call the cops on him. And then, Rob's going to call the cops on me, and then it's just going to be a bad thing. We're all going to wind up being arrested for no reason. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. But, again, guys, the reason I bring this up is because we push the volume profiles all the time. And the reason is because it makes price action predictable. Even right here, rejection of the value area high / spider line, you come down, you smash right through your POC, and you hit your NPOC here from a while ago, and then you come to your value area low, then you go from your value area low, and then you get up to your value area high, you short the value area high, and eventually you come back down to the value area low, and right here is where you would want to be looking for some potential long positions at that value area low. And I am seeing a little 24-minute bull div here, which could give you a little bit of a retracement to the upside, and potentially, again, the ascending triangle, guys, that we've been looking at here, or a lot of people have been looking at. I'm just going to roughly draw this here. You guys can see as you have your higher lows against your flat level of resistance, flat. That is an ascending triangle, and typically, guys, you do see price coil up into the apex of this pattern and get a break to the upside, right? So I know a lot of people are probably thinking like, oh my God, it got invalidated, we got a little dump, but no, really all that happened was we came down to our value area low, which was no surprise, right? We were expecting that because we rejected the value area high, and we did not invalidate the ascending triangle. So we could easily just continue to trade within this ascending triangle and still get that break to the upside. But again, the main thing I'm looking that could potentially invalidate the breakout of that ascending triangle is going to be this red dot on the daily, which we should get a little more clarity into kind of what is going to happen here, when this candle closes in 49 minutes and 48 seconds. So we will kind of get that idea. But if we do print that red dot and we do not get a VWAP flip, meaning getting a red dot and then an immediate green dot right after, we could wind up just getting that big move down, and it could invalidate that ascending triangle. But again, you want to remember, guys, we are somewhat in a bullish trend here in the medium term, obviously, as we are continuing this massive move up from the lows down here. So we could potentially just see a continuation to the upside. But again, those bearish signals are there. We were watching that 4-hour bear div. And again, very unlikely that these give you nothing, especially when you have the money flow coming out on your lower time frames, right? That 1 hour of money flow is coming out, right? And just generally, right? Like not even just right there. It's generally been giving us lower highs, right? High, lower high. Lower high, or I guess technically this was a lower high and then a higher high, but you got high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and then into the red, right? So, very unlikely, especially with the money flow coming out on the 1 hour with the 4-hour bear div, very unlikely it gives you nothing. That's why we were expecting. That's why I held my short, guys. I said that in the Discord last night. Gonna hold my short here. Expecting to come down to the value area low, and boom, here we are, right? So please, if you take anything away from this live stream, go study volume profiles. And that's it. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Frankie Long Schlong. Oh, hey, I am Schlong. I will say that. I am Schlong. Shout out to Brett. Shout out to Brett. But Elite Way Easy says Bears will burn. Well, hey, they might be. A lot of people probably shorted right here, expecting this big breakdown. And now we're getting a bounce at that value area low. CandleMafia did not get burned here. Now, granted, obviously, you guys know these levels do kind of shift around a little bit, when you move time frames here. But look at this actual value area low levels right here. But our line that we made the other day, tap that to the dollar almost before getting that bounce to the upside. And then again, 24-minute bull div here printing. If that confirms, that could likely give us a move back up, potentially to bearishly retest this MPOC, or we could get on top of that level and get a bigger move to the upside and come test that POC for give it a little bearish retest before a potential rejection, and then maybe that is where we break down. We have that red dot on the daily. We come up, right? We may come up, test this, get that red dot on the daily, and then get that bigger dump down. Or again, when you get to that level, if we could flip that POC to support, we would just kind of be continuing the formation of this ascending triangle, and then potentially we could get that breakout. So, again, guys, being very careful with the longs and the short. Like I said, I am schlong right now, but shout out to Jason Casper, but it is, it is kind of difficult to really, bet heavy on one side or another, right? Because the daily is looking like it could flip bearish. The 4-hour money flow is coming out. The money flow in the 1 hour is crossing into the red. The 2-hour money flow is coming out, right? So this is more bearish, right? The money flow indicates the longer-term trend. So this could indicate that we're about to start somewhat of a trend to the downside. So just be careful, guys. And again, we also have some crazy news, right? There's like a lot of crazy stuff happening in the world right now. I'm not going to get into it on the channel, but that is something to keep in mind, right? Even if you think it's all FUD, right? Maybe it is, right? Maybe it's all FUD. Maybe, who knows what's true, what's not true, especially these days. You never know. But here's the thing, guys. It doesn't matter, if they're saying this stuff on the news, it's likely going to affect the markets, whether it's FUD or facts, whatever you want to call it. It's likely to affect the market in some way, shape, or form. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. There's multiple things going on right now that could wind up being pretty bearish. Is there going to be a black swan coming up soon that's going to give us some lower lows potentially? I'm not necessarily calling for them, but you have to be open to both possibilities here. Just like in the medium term, we're open to both possibilities of either breaking to the downside out of this range and coming lower, but we also understand that we're in a bullish pattern here, and we could wind up getting a move up and getting this ascending triangle to break out. And that's the thing with TA and trading, guys. Everybody wants a, it's so funny because it's like, everybody wants the yes or no answer, and it's just simply not the case, right? Like, that's just not the fact of TA. It's not the fact of the markets. It's just not how things work, right? You could even have an ascending triangle, right? Well, it does look like on the 2 hour, this is kind of broken down here. But, you could easily have the breakdown of your actual ascending triangle, right? You can get a breakdown like that, and it could be a fake out. You could come back into the pattern and break to the upside, right? So you have to understand anything can happen here, and the sooner you realize that and the better you prepare for both scenarios, the better off you're going to be, right? I'm schlong right now, right? So if we break to the downside, I'm in a short from up here, right? If we're in a long, I'm in a short. If we break to the upside, I'm in a long. I don't know exactly where from. I think I'm in a long from down here. But so either way, if we break down, I have a great entry into my short. If we break to the upside, I'm in a great entry. Again, I don't know if that's exactly where I'm in. I'm in somewhere over here. But either way, if we break to the upside, I'm gonna have a great entry to the upside. And if we go to the downside, I have a great entry, shorting that value area high. And I bring this up, especially more recently. That's why I trade this way, right? Like, I don't have to worry, oh my God, what if it breaks down? If it breaks down, I'm in a great entry, right? And if it breaks up, I'll get stopped out of my short here. I did not move my stop loss to my entry point. I have not taken profits, but I'm just going to hold it, right? I'm going to risk it, right? I am going to say, as market cipher is leaning bearish with the money flow on a lot of these time frames, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to risk it, right? I have a very tight stop loss. If I get stopped out, it's going to be a very small loss. And I'm going to take that small loss. And if we break out and get another big move up, we're going to talk about those next levels to the upside in just a second. If we get that big move up, I'll get stopped out at a small loss, and my long will easily cover my losses and some profit, right? So it's a pretty safe way to trade. So I just wanted to break that down. But now, kind of what is our deal? Like, basically for a bigger move down, guys, I am looking for that red dot on the daily. That is likely going to be the next catalyst if we are going to get a big move down. That would be the next thing I am watching, right? But something you have to understand in the short term is your VWAP is starting to curve over back to the upside on your 4 hour. Your 2 hour is creeping up, starting to round back off here. We did get rejected at that 0 line. 1 hour VWAP is looking to print that green dot. And again, we did just put in and confirm a bullish divergence on the 24-minute, but not looking too great, to be honest with you. That's a little floppy of a VWAP. We don't like that VWAP flop, guys. This could easily go ahead and print a red dot here. And maybe that was the bearish retest, and we're going to break down right now. But again, I'm prepared in both directions, as I know a lot of the Candle Mafia are. Let's see. Safe Moon Army says, if you short, good luck, mate. Well, we just explained why it doesn't even matter. If it goes up, I'm going to make a very small loss, and I'm already in a long position. So, yeah, and the short is in profit right now, right? I've essentially fulfilled that entire trade anyway. But here's the thing, right? Again, this is basically the short. Let me mark this out. This is the short position that I am in. Essentially, give or take a dollar or two. I don't remember exactly where my stop loss is. I'm still in the trade, so it's got to be above that wick. And then this was the actual trade that I am in right now. A short, scalp short from the value area high, was looking to get down to the value area low. I have hit my profit target, but I did not. Here's the thing: do as I say, not as I do, guys. I actually didn't have my take profit set, right? I was planning on manually taking profit here, so I have not taken profit. However, I'm choosing to be a little bit more risky, right? This scalp short, because I was looking at it as a scalp, is somewhat of a smaller position. So if this rides back up, here's the thing, right? Rides back up, boom. We come up, I get stopped out at a very small loss. But at that point, my long from all the way down here is going to be up. I don't know exactly where in this area I got in at, somewhere between here and here. My long will be up 7 or 8%, right? So it's hedging the bets, right? That's how you hedge your bets, guys. So yeah, I could take my profit right now and I would crush this short. But again, I'm kind of hoping for the breakdown. If I get stopped out, it's no big deal. So yeah, risk management. Shout out to whoever said that. That was thank you for bringing that up, because that's important, right? Risk management. Because you can take those risky trades, and if you have it hedged with a good long position, you get stopped out, no big deal. Oh, it's Safe Moon Army. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Safe Moon Army. Thank you for bringing that up. Shout out to the Candle Mafia, man. You guys are the best. Let's see. That's right, Dave. You guys are funny. All right, let's see. 100x DGen long. Oh, baby. Shout out to Jeet Corp. Says, bing bong. Let's go. 1,288 people in here right now, guys. Go ahead and right now, before we continue, smash that like button, guys. If we get 1,000 likes on tonight's stream, I shouldn't be doing this because we'll wind up doing a giveaway for 6 hours. But if we get, I got to make it a high goal. 1,300 likes. No, 1,250 likes. I'll spin the wheel 20 times. Let's go. Shout out to the mods who probably hate me right now. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. And I hope you guys got some value out of that, right? Because again, just hedging your bets, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on. Best community on YouTube, absolutely. All right. So, again, looking at that daily red dot as the next major thing to take us to the downside. And again, with the, 10-hour red dot confirmed, 12-hour red dot confirmed, 16-hour red dot confirmed, and getting rejected at that 0 line, I would have to say, guys, I feel kind of similar to yesterday, right? Not saying that ascending triangle can't break to the upside. And again, as you guys know, I like to give you guys both. Tyler says we only hate you a little bit. Shout out to Tyler Durden. I love you, brother. Thank you for everything you do. I'm sorry. I like likes. I don't know. It helps the algorithm. Shout out to Tyler Durden. Shout out to all the mods. But you guys know that, I try to give you guys the bullish case, the bearish case, because we all know either case can happen. But then I give you kind of where I'm leaning, right? Like, hey, guys, I get if it's looking really bearish, I'll tell you like, hey, guys, this is looking like it's going to dump. I'll try to find a bullish case for you, but I'm definitely leaning bearish or whatever the case is. But right now, I will say I would lean a little bit bearish because of the way market cipher looks more bearish. That is not my opinion. That is simply just what is on the charts, right? Market cipher looks bearish. That's not an opinion, right? Money flow's coming out. That's bearish. 4-hour bearish divergence confirmed. That's bearish. Rejection at a multiple confluent resistance level. That's bearish, right? This is just what I'm looking at on the chart. Confirmed bear divs on some of these higher hourly time frames and the daily setting up for another bear div. That is simply just a fact. However, that does not mean that it has to play out, right? We could totally get faked out and that ascending triangle can break out. However, the reason I say that is because it's kind of hard for me to pick a side. I'm going to lean a little bit more bearish just because market cipher's pointing to the downside for the most part. But again, I say that while being transparent that I'm also in a long. So I don't want everyone just to go, oh, Frankie Candles is bearish, I'm going to jump into a short. And just understand that the reason I'm comfortable just holding on to my short and leaning bearish is because if it goes south, I am managing my risk well, and I am prepared to make money on the upside as well. So I just want to be very clear about that. But speaking of trades, guys, real quick, I do just want to bring up our BitGet deal super quick here. So we did I think the deal was updated. You now can get up to $8,000 in bonus funds depending on how much you deposit. The minimum deposit is $200. If you deposit $200, the bonus starts at $10 in bonus funds. And if you trade anything worth $100 or more, you get $5 in bonus and 15 BGB, which is the BitGet token, which interestingly enough was up big time. We had token metrics calling for a big move on BitGet, on the BitGet token, and the thing mooned like 100%. I haven't checked on it recently, but it mooned, right? Shout out to token metrics. Shout out to BitGet. If you guys want to sign up for BitGet, the link is in the description down below, and I'm sure the mods will throw it in chat. If you want to long or short your favorite coins, such as Bitcoin or your favorite degen altcoins, and if you guys are looking to hedge your bets, this is not part of the deal change, but I do just want to bring up on BitGet. I don't think I'm logged in here, or I would pull it up. Oh no, what did I just open? I just opened something. I don't even know what that is. MSI Afterburner. Whoops. But just so, yeah, I'm not logged in. But speaking of hedging bets, guys, BitGet allows you to open longs and shorts on one exchange, right? You could just go to BitGet and long and short the same coin at the same time, and that's how you could kind of hedge your positions without having multiple accounts, right? You used to have an account over here to long and an account over here to short, and now on BitGet you can actually do both, which is super cool, right? And it just makes sense because we were literally just talking about hedging bets. But anyway, yeah, check out that link in the description if you guys want to enter or join up on BitGet. But let's continue on and try to figure out where this thing is going to go. So that's kind of how I'm feeling on Bitcoin, guys. Major levels I am watching as far as support and resistance goes is going to be the value area low, right? If we lose that value area low, we will likely come down to at least the, this next spike in volume here, maybe starting at about 23.8, kind of right down where this wick happened or where this wick came down to. That would be a likely place as you hit this volume to get some form of a bounce. But again, that next real major level I would look at is about 23.5. If you lose 23.5, you do have a bit of support underneath you. But again, I would say, 23.8, 23.9 would be basically testing these highs, which is not too far away. But yeah, really just looking to hold that value area low. If we lose that value area low, we may start to see a bigger move down towards that $23,500 level. And let me see, do we have a fair value gap or anything down there? Let me go ahead and check out Lux real quick. Turn on those fair value gaps. There it is, bada boom. Come on, baby. Spawn those fair value gaps. Let's go. I'm sure there's tons right here. No? Is it? I can't tell if they're loading. Oh, it is loading. It is loading. Okay, no fair value gaps, at least right here. Let's come down to a lower time frame. There's got to be fair value gaps here, I would think. Come on, load, baby, load. You got this. You got this. Dang, my computer's feeling the heat right now. There we go. Okay, so you do have a fair value gap sitting here at about 23,300, but no confluence really with your level here. But again, 23,500 is going to be the next major level I would be watching. Or actually, yeah, I would say, 23.9, 23.8 would be the next major level. If you lose that, then I would look down to 23.5. But yeah, I'm going to talk about some lower levels. You see you have this golden pocket down here. Let me see where this is actually pulled from. Yeah, from the low all the way to the high. You can see here, from the low all the way to the high. You do have this local golden pocket in confluence with this high volume node. I'm actually going to draw this as a box, guys. I'm going to come all the way to the shelf of that volume node or high volume node right there. This box right here would be a decent spot. If you lose 23.5, this would be a really good spot to get a big bounce from. And then if you wick below here, look for that 786. But again, this is likely going to give you a strong level of support. You have the high volume node, the golden pocket, and then if you lose this, the reason I would expect lower prices, potentially come down here to the 786 to retest these highs at about 22,300, or potentially come all the way down here to retest these highs at about 21.8 or 21.9. Big volume gap here, right? So just be careful. If you lose that golden pocket, you might fall down quick to that 786. But that is essentially how I'm feeling. 90-minute money flow crossing over into the red, guys, is not a good sign when you have a red dot looking to print on the daily. If that daily red dot prints right now, that 90-minute money flow crossover could wind up being very bearish. I'll actually go ahead. I'm going to move this horizontal line to that money flow crossover into the red on the 90-minute, and I'm going to label this, guys. I'm going to label this bearish. Let's see. Price go down after this line. That's how I'm going to say it right there. Boom. I'm going to label that. I'm going to hide this line because I don't want to look at it this whole time. But I'm going to check on this tomorrow because we get to move down. Let's say we crash, right? Let's say we get a crash tonight. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if we do, it will likely be this money flow crossover into the red will likely be the signal of that bigger move to the downside if we get that red dot on the daily. If we don't get that red dot on the daily, it probably won't play out like that. But I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna put that there, and we'll see if it plays out. All right, let's see. Bada boom. I just saw question. Somebody said question. I want to answer that. Let's see. Where'd that go? I just saw. Oh, God, I really want to. Oh, here we go. Question. Thank you for raising your hand. Shout out to Crash. Says, if anyone can help, how are people in the UK buying Bitcoin with fiat and withdrawing fiat from trading since multiple UK banks have banned crypto exchanges? Oh, Crash. I wish I could help you with that. I just simply don't know the answer to that. Maybe we got some UK friends in here that can help you out with that. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you asking the question, but I'm sorry I can't really answer it. Let's see. XRP Shillbilly says 30K or bust. I'm long, baby. Let's go. Shout out to XRP Shillbilly. Shout out to Captain Kirk in the chat. What is going on, Cap? Thank you for being here. Good to see you, Cap. Thank you for being here. We miss you when you're not in chat, but we get it, Cap. You got a busy life. You got work to do. You got family. You got a life. So we don't mind that you stop. You're not here every single day. I don't want to get it twisted. I don't want you to feel bad, but I just want to tell you we miss you, right? When you're not here, we miss you, but when you show up, we get mega happy and we get mega bullish. Let's go. Shout out to Captain Kirk. Show Captain Kirk some love. Captain Kirk made the executive decision to name the CandleMafia the CandleMafia. So Captain Kirk is kind of the mama of the CandleMafia. She birthed the name CandleMafia. So shout out to Captain Kirk. Show her some love. Let's go. Captain Kirk, Coin Slinger, DM me in Discord. Oh, no. Tony D. That's like, can I speak to you in the hall? No, I'm sure he's like, just going to tell her how much. I love you guys. Thank you. Shout out to Captain Kirk. We love you. All right, let's see. Would weekly Death Cross would play out? Yeah, the weekly Death Cross is interesting, especially because we have a Golden Cross happening at the same time. But something about these crosses, guys, that you have to understand is they don't always necessarily automatically mean Golden Cross, absolute rip to the upside. Maybe I'll make a video on this because we made one on the Death Cross on the DXY. But one thing to realize here, I think I might have made one on the Golden Cross. I got to go back and check. But A-Train, shout out to A-Train, says, we love CK. Let's go, Captain Kirk. But yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean, you get the Golden Cross and then you get an immediate rip to the upside. More likely than not is, that does not always happen. So, just because we have that Golden Cross on the daily does not mean that we're just going to see an automatic teleportation to the upside, even though it would make sense at this point, because we are knocking on that door to the low volume gap. All right, let's go ahead and move on a little bit here, guys. One thing I do want to cover here, I want to take a look at the SPY, because as you guys know, I don't remember, I think I brought this up on the morning show. I don't even know if we brought it up on, we must have brought it up on this show, but as you guys know, looking at the SPY, we were in this bearish trend, right? High, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, right? Continuously making lower highs, giving us this downtrend, this macro downtrend, right? Big macro downtrend, stuck in this downtrend, and then boom, we broke the structure, right? Broke the downtrend, came up. We were looking for a move into this local golden pocket, right? These lines, I will say this, guys, these lines are from whenever this was. This is from the beginning of February. We were looking for that rejection at this local golden pocket for a potential rejection. Now, this is bullish. We broke the downtrend. That is a bullish sign. But we were looking for a potential rejection at that golden pocket for a potential move all the way back down here to this level for more reasons than one. Number one, we would likely come down to bullishly retest the breakout of that downtrend. A lot of times price will break out, right? Boom, you'll come back down to bullishly retest, and then that is where you'll get that move to the upside, which is what, why that line is there. This is exactly what we were talking about, saying, hey, we might come down, get a rejection here, come down, bullishly retest the breakout of that trend line. And also, you have perfect confluence with this value area's POC, right? You have your POC right here. This blue box is your point of control of this given range of price action, being the area where the most volume was traded, being a very, very important level of support. So I'm going to leave this line here. It's been almost dead on accurate. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I knew it was going to come down and then get this exact bounce and then exactly come down like that. That was more of a lucky guess that we were going to get that actual little bump in there. But the idea is that we're going to come down, test this level, and then potentially get a big bounce to the upside. So I'm going to leave this here and see if this can play out. But you do have a really, really beautiful confluence here between this POC and that bullish retest of the trend line. So something to keep an eye on. We may continue down just a little bit here. As you guys know, still leaning a bit bullish in the longer term for Bitcoin. So even if we do see that 4-hour bear div give us a bigger move down, or the red dots on the higher time frames give us a bigger move down, or that daily red dot gives us a bigger move down, we could see the SPY come down here, test these levels. Bitcoin could come down, test some more important levels before getting that breakout to the upside. So just something I'm keeping an eye on. Also, did want to go ahead and check in on the DXY. I'm just going to try to figure out where our where is our actual DXY chart? Is this it? No, this isn't it. Let's see. Is it? No, that's not it. Is it here? Is it in the kitchen? Let's see. No, it's not. Oh, yeah, it is this one. Okay, beautiful. All right, so taking a look at the DXY, as you guys know, we were looking at the DXY all the way back here, looking for that. And again, I don't bring this up to be like, hey guys, like we saw this coming. I don't bring it up to brag. I don't want anyone getting that twisted. Like, there's no reason. I am the first person to tell you guys that we are not always right? Nobody is. Nobody on the internet is right. Nobody who has ever traded is always right, ever. And I want to be the guy who is very open about that, right? We are not right 100% of the time. We're definitely right way more than we're wrong, but we get it wrong sometimes too. There's no way to be 100% accurate. So I'm not bringing this up to be like, ha, look, we called it. That is not what I'm doing. The reason I bring it up is because I like to explain to you guys why I look at these things and how it helps us best predict the next move in the markets, right? So you guys will know, a while back, all the way since back here, we were looking at the DXY approaching this key level of support, right? The 786 fib level right here coming in at about 101.345, right? And once we started looking at that, we started noticing we were getting some bullish divergences on the daily, right? You have your price action coming down or your candles coming down, and then you have higher lows on your momentum wave, right? And then we got we did not come down to our level though. Our level's right down here. We kind of front ran it on this little bounce we got here. So we were kind of waiting, right? And then finally we get that move down into your 786, and we put another drive of bullish divergence in, and we got that bounce where we were looking for a move up to this golden pocket for a potential little bit of a pullback, and then we were looking for a move above this golden pocket for a potential bigger dump on Bitcoin. And what happened? We got that daily bull div, tapped our key level of support, and we got that move right up to the golden pocket that almost closed to the dollar right here. And it is continuing to creep up. Money flow crossed over into the red on the 10-hour. And I guess you got the 10-hour bull div, but what we were really looking at was the daily, right? This is what we were actually looking at when we were looking at these bull divs. Just to be clear, we were not looking at the 10-day, although those 10-day bull divs are still valid. But we did put in the bullish divergence here, right here, right? Boom, boom, lower lows, higher lows, bang, right? Everybody says, hey, you can't get a divergence on the DXY or an index or what have you. And I kind of get what you're saying. I talk about this all the time. Like, I kind of get what you're saying. However, listen, I mean, if they play out, why would you not pay attention to them? Like, there's no way that's just a coincidence, right? Lower lows, higher lows, discrepancy between your price action and your oscillator, and then boom, you get that move up, right? So as long as they keep playing out, I'm going to keep looking at them, right? So, this was another thing we were looking at to potentially, get another big move down. If we flip this area to support and we start getting a move up, we could start working our way all the way back up here to about 106.271, which would end up giving us a bigger dump on Bitcoin. Shout out to Wesley Morrison. Shout out to you, man. Says, Frankie, if the POC is higher or lower in the value area, do you consider it bullish or bearish? Thoughts? Shout out to Wesley. Bro, that is an amazing question, and I'm surprised more people don't ask this. Volume profiles, something you have to understand about the volume profiles, guys. Get your uncooked spaghetti. Get your uncooked lasagna, dip your spaghetti in your marinade, and start writing your notes on your uncooked lasagna, guys. I don't think anyone gets that joke except for me, but whatever. Anyway, guys, one thing you have to understand with the value areas or volume profiles is, let me come to a clean chart, right? One thing you have to realize here is that volume profiles come in many different shapes and sizes, and I'm not going to go too deep into it because I'll get stuck in a rabbit hole, and then we'll miss the altcoins. We have to do the altcoins today. It's been too long, and by too long, I mean like a stream. But there is something to realize here, right? What he's referring to is, what happens if I'm going to turn off the candles here, right? I'm going to delete the candles. Let's see. Can we? There we go. I'm hiding my candles, right? So what he's referring to is this POC, the pink line in the middle of the volume profile. If this is higher or lower to the value area low or the value area high, it does indeed change the sentiment of the volume profile, right? basically what you're looking at or what you're looking for is there's certain volume profiles that are more bullish. There are certain volume profiles that are more bearish. There are neutral volume profiles. And what you can look at to try to determine if one is neutral, bullish, or bearish is if you have a volume profile, they call this a D-shaped volume profile, like a capital D. If you did that, like a bubble letter, capital D, a D-shaped volume profile would be considered neutral. And with these volume profiles, basically what you want to do is you want to look for longs at the lows and then look to long them to the highs. And when you get to the highs, you want to look for shorts. And then at the lows, you want to look for longs. And this is these actually make for really, really great range trading because they're balanced, right? It's a balanced volume profile, right? So you're looking for longs here, shorts here, longs here, shorts here. Pretty self-explanatory. I don't have to say it 5 times. But that is a D-shaped volume profile. So for this one, and with D-shaped volume profiles, because of the shape of it, your POC will naturally fall in the middle of your volume profile, right? So that is why you would look for longs from the lows and shorts from the highs. But what you could wind up having is a volume profile. Let's say your value area is right here. I know this is sloppy. Actually, let me do it over here. If you have a volume profile, right, you have your value area just like this. Right? Same thing. That's your value area high, value area low, value area high, value area low. If you have a P-shaped value area where you have very little volume and then most of your volume is up at the top of your value area and your POC is up at your value area, this would not be a neutral value area. Now, I am starting to get a little bit too deep into this. I have a video explaining all of the different types of volume profiles, which ones are bullish, which ones are bearish. But the gist here is when you have the POC in the middle, it's neutral. I'll give you that. If you want to check it out, hopefully Rob or somebody can find, I have a volume profile playlist on my channel. Go watch those videos. I go over all the different types. What do the bearish volume profiles look like? What do the neutral volume profiles look like? What do the bearish volume profiles look like? Because some, you may be better off only shorting the highs, right? Because if you have a bearish volume profile, you would be better off not longing the lows and just waiting to come up to the highs and shorting the highs because it'd be more likely for you to break down out of that value area. So again, don't want to get too deep into this, but definitely go check out that volume profile playlist on the channel. I break down all of the different types of volume profiles. But great question. Who asked that? Wesley. Great question, bro. Not a lot of people ask that, and it is very important because they're not all created equal. But shout out to you, man. Thank you so much. That needed to be said. But with that being said, shout out to Dave Digital. But let's move on, guys. But yeah, again, thank you so much for asking that because I think that more people needed to hear that. But again, guys, let's go back to our actual chart here. Bada boom. But basically, guys, that is how I'm feeling about Bitcoin. No, this is the wrong chart, guys. I got too many dang charts. There we go, right? Boom. But yeah, that is basically how I'm feeling. If we do come down, guys, again, that, 23K, if we get a big move down, would likely, we looked at this level at about 23.5. Again, going to be a decent level to watch, but that real major level where I'm thinking like if we come down to this POC of this more macro range, right? Because it would make sense. You come up to your value area high, you're looking for either price to break out of your value area, come up and hunt a new value area, or you're expecting a rejection from the value area high to eventually come down to your POC and then maybe your value area low. So if we are going to get this rejection from the value area high and we are going to get a big move down, the next likely spot to come would be that point of control of the macro range coming in at about $23,000 even. Not only do you have the point of control there, but you also have some confluence with a golden pocket right there. So if we did come down, we fell through the value area low, came down, tested 23.5, couldn't hold 23.5, lost it. When we come down to that POC/local golden pocket, and if we get bullish confirmations at this box, I would be looking to long this box. So again, that is another key level. We looked at this yesterday. That is another key level that I am watching for sure. Even more important than these, especially if we lose these levels. This is really, I would love to get a breakdown into this blue box for a big long position. But there's no guarantees we get there. All right, guys, how long have we been going for? All right, look at that. Almost perfectly 1 hour. So let's go ahead, guys, and start taking a look at these altcoins. We will be printing that next daily candle in 16 minutes. So we will likely get we will likely get a little bit more clarity on if we are going to get a bigger dump here or if we're going to hold this value area low. Again, that 24-minute bull div. Let's see if that thing can give us a bigger move up to that value area high, and we can keep this ascending triangle intact. Show ETH. Rob the Crypto Snob said, show ETH. I'm glad you asked, bro. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Thank you for everything you do for the channel, man. I really do appreciate you. Shout out to Tyler Durden said, Baja Jeddah asked Frankie Candles, hey, bub, love the content. What's the difference between MPOC and regular points of control? I'm glad you asked. So you guys might hear people say MPOC or naked point of control. All a naked point of control is, guys, is a, I may make a video about this in the near future, but essentially, as you guys know, let me go ahead and pull some volume here real quick. Bada boom, right? As you guys can see, you do have a, and this is a perfect example of a not balanced or an imbalanced volume profile, right? You have your POC slammed right up against your value area high. But with that being said, you know, a POC would, let me do this, right? And basically, short answer is, I will make a video going more in depth about this, but short answer is, an NPOC or a naked point of control. Some people call them untapped point of controls, virgin point of controls. Basically, all it means is a point of control that has not been tapped yet, right? It has not been touched. You create the point of control, and then price does not, you know, candles did not touch that point of control. As soon as candles touch that point of control, that is where it becomes not naked, right? So, boom, right? Like, say this is a point of control. Price has not touched it, right? Say your point of control is coming out right here. Boom, point of control. Price never touched it. This is an NPOC. They typically are very strong levels, right? And then once price comes up and touches it, it is now a tapped level, right? It is no longer a naked or virgin point of control. So all a naked point of control is a point of control that's never been touched. So there you go. And they do tend to be very strong. So there you go. Let's see. Bada boom, bada boom, bada boom. Let's see. Check out Caspa. Let's go. All right, let's see. Yeah, guys, go ahead and throw your altcoins in chat. If you want me to take a look at them, go ahead and throw them in there. Rob the Crypto Snob will go ahead and add up the votes, collect the votes, count them up, and he'll be like, hey, Frankie, these are the alts for today, and then we're going to go look at them. But yeah, but while we are, while you guys are putting your altcoins in the chat, I will go ahead and take a look at Ethereum, or Erythrium, as your grandmother might call it. Bada boom. Shout out to Adil. He says, do you use exo charts for your NPOCs? I do not. I actually don't typically use exo charts. It's something I may start to look at a little bit more often, but no. Short answer is no. Shout out to Adil. Thank you for that super chat, bro. I appreciate you. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum here. And guys, obviously, this we are holding this golden pocket, which is a good sign here. Let me go ahead and oh god, the alts are flying in. Let's see. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull some volume on our macro, or not macro, but our little local range here. We have lost the value area low, come down to our golden pocket, which would have been the next level I would have been watching. Let's turn on our VPVR. A little bada boom, bada bing. A little VPVR. It never shows up because I do VPVR, not VRVP. It's not my fault you say it wrong, TradingView. I'm just kidding, guys. I say it wrong. Anyway, taking a look here. Yeah, this is at least, well, let's get some more. There we go. Some more volume in here. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a box. Let's see. Make it a box right there. So this is going to be our next major level to watch for. I'm going to do a deeper analysis in just a second. Your main level, your major local level that you want to hold, you know, if you can hold $1,613, I would feel pretty good. But if you lose that level, you're likely going to come down into the 1500s or about 1600 even. That's a very, very small move. But your next main level, let me zoom out a little bit. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah. right here. I would say about $1,600 is going to be a major level to hold. Let me pull this into a more of a macro volume profile. There you go, right? So your macro value area low is coming down here at about 1550. Guys will know this is a level that we keep an eye on very often. Even on this, not on this chart, on other Ethereum charts that we've looked at, 1550 tends to be a very, very strong level for ETH. You can see we held it a bunch of times. Support or resistance, but we broke out. Support, 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 support. Big move up. We come down. Resistance, 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 breakout. So if we come down here, this value area low at 1550 is going to be a key level to watch. If you lose that level at about 1550, there we go. 1550. If you lose that level, you are likely going to come down to our red key level. I don't know why this is not labeled key. This should be key. Because if you lose this red level, guys, you are likely going to break into this low volume gap. Now, I know that this is not the lowest volume gap we've ever seen. There we go, right? There you go. Not the, craziest low volume gap I've ever seen. However, once you lose that $1,500 level, also going to be a little bit of a psychological level. Everybody wants to see Gala. We'll take a look at Gala. Don't you worry. My grandmother calls it crypto. I think she has been talking to Charlie Munger. Shout out to I My Hero. I see you. But once we leave, if we break this $1,500 level, we will likely be breaking into this somewhat of a low volume gap where, we will get some support on this blue box down here between about 1452 and 1436, but not too much there. If we come down, we lose this level. This is going to be pretty bearish in my opinion, because if we don't hold this level, we are likely going to fall all the way back down to about 1325 to retest the breakout of this level right here. We could come down, retest this. Now, we're pretty far away from this. I just want to give you guys a bunch of levels to the downside. In the shorter term, again, the next major level I would be watching is basically going to be this blue box here, or this golden pocket coming in at about $1,640. But taking a look at our indicators, taking a look at the daily, VWAP still coming to the downside. 8 minutes to print that red dot. If we do, guys, we will put in a bearish divergence on the daily, which would be a pretty bearish signal, right? And then if you come down to the lower time frames, 12-hour money flow crossing over into the red. Your 16-hour money flow is now in the red. Your 10-hour money flow is looking to cross over into the red here. So that would be more bearish, especially with a divergence, a bearish divergence printing on the daily. Now, again, it's not printing. We need this red dot to print and confirm to actually lock in that bear div. But again, it does look like it's printing. You have your higher highs on your price, and you have your lower highs on your momentum waves, giving you, you just have multiple lower highs on your momentum waves. So you do have a bunch of bearish divergence on this daily time frame. So again, shout out to JP. .eth. What's going on, bro? Thank you for being here. But yeah, this would be something I am looking at on the bearish end, right? But with that being said, that 4-day is also printing a green dot. So again, no shocker here, looking very, very similar to Bitcoin with that 4-day green dot. Taking a look at our 4-hour VWAP coming back to the upside. VWAP coming back to the upside. 2-hour. VWAP projected, but looking around back off. But again, guys, I'm looking at money flow, right? Now, it's not impossible for us to come into a little red wave and then come back up into a big green wave, get some support on this golden pocket. And again, right, like pulling some volume here. You're out of your value area. What happened last time you deviated out of your value area and tapped this blue level? You came back into your value area, held support on your value area low, boom, right to your value area high. And you can see kind of how these volume profiles behave when your POC is higher up. Price sticks up to that POC a little bit longer, right? So that is very likely. So if your POC is slammed up against your value area high, you can always think of the POC as a magnet. Price likes to stick to your point of control. I just saw that as an opportunity to explain that question that we got before. But with that, if we get that 2-hour VWAP to come back up, we could potentially get the green dot here, and the money flow crosses back into the green, and then we come back into our value area to revisit that value area high, and then potentially flip this to support to get a move up. But again, we are looking at money flow, and as of right now, money flow is crossing over into the red, so that would be more bearish. 3-hour money flow on the way out, 4-hour money flow also starting to curve out, and your 1 hour is in the red and curving out as well. Slight chance of a bullish divergence here on the 1 hour, which could give you that bounce up. But again, money flow is definitely looking a little bit more bearish, especially on that 12 and that 10, 12, 16 hour. It really is not, again, this is what the indicators are saying, right? Doesn't mean it has to play out, but it is definitely really starting to look kind of bearish with the money flow here. So just looking very, very similar to Bitcoin. And now you guys have the key levels to watch. All right, BTC moving back to the green on the 1 hour. Let's get it. Let's see. Let's take a look at it. Let's check in on her. 24,444. Let's see. Wrong chart. Pull up that one. Bada boom, bada bing. There we go. Checking out that 1 hour back in the green. Hey. Money flow is not back in the green, but we do have a green candle. So are we going to get a bearish retest? Are we just going to come up, get a bearish retest of that POC before getting a move down? Or are we going to see this bottom out at that value area low and give us another move up to the top of the range? Only time will tell. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the altcoins. Looking for Rob, the crypto schnob. There he is. Altcoin votes are in and being counted. Let's go. Shout out to you, Rob. And Bullish on Parade said, I predict Gala will be on the list. Let's see. The altcoins, the results are in, guys. The altcoins, thank you, Rob. The altcoins for tonight are ETH, OP, Gala. Shout out to Bullish on Parade. Solana, VeChain, I guess that's Alchemy Pay. Is that Alchemy Pay? ACH. VRA, FTM, PYR, ADA, and XRP. Let's get it. All right, starting off with ETH, which we just did. So moving on to OP. Shout out to Johnny from the BitBoy Crypto Studios. Shout out to you, man. He was telling me about OP before I think anybody knew about it. Before I ever heard anybody talk about it on my stream or mention it in chat, our boy Johnny from BitBoy Crypto was like, hey, bro, you got to check out OP, bro. I'm telling you, it's going to be the next one. And I was sitting there like, bro, it's a bear market. And this was a while ago, too. I was like, bro, don't be coming at me with, like, low-cap altcoins in a bear market, bro. I don't care about your stupid altcoin. It's a bear market. Get with the program. And, oh, baby, did I wish I bought it. Shout out to Johnny. I should have listened to him. Shout out to you, man. But let's see. And, yeah, no, now I'm down with OP. For sure. Shout out to Eric Ward. Now I'm down with OP. Now I'm just pissed I didn't buy it. Shout out to Johnny. But, hey, I can only blame myself. But if I bought it and got wrecked, I could have blamed him. I'm kidding, guys. Don't do that. Take responsibility for your own mistakes, right? If someone says, hey, buy this altcoin, it's going to go to 100, it's going to go up 10x, and you buy that altcoin and you get wrecked, don't say, hey, you got me wrecked, man. I mean, I'll never tell you to do that. Me personally. But if someone told you, don't be like, hey, you got me wrecked. You told me to buy this. You said it was going to pump, and it didn't. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, who does that, right? Say, oh, God, why did I do that? I shouldn't have just blindly listened to this random guy. I see it all too often, especially in crypto. Not really in our community, but, like, just in general, when you talk to people about crypto, it's like everyone's always mad at each other. You told me to buy this, and it didn't go down. It didn't go up. And I'm just over here like, why would you blame them? You're the one that bought it, man. Like, listen, anytime, if someone comes up to me and says, hey, buy this, it's going to pump. If I want to just go ahead and gamble on it and not do any research, I'll gamble on it and not do any research. But if I get wrecked, I'm like, I'm an idiot. Why'd I do that, right? I'm not saying you can't do that, but just understand that it's your fault. If it doesn't go your way, don't blame the person that told you about the coin. I never understood that logic. But we don't really deal. I feel like the CandleMafia is super high IQ. I feel like you guys are no one really does. Like, I don't get any of that in my chat. Like everybody just understands, how the markets work. We were really blessed with smart people in this community. So shout out to the CandleMafia. Sometimes I see I ever watch another video or something, or I just see people talking about crypto, and everybody's just thinks everyone else is wrecking them. But it's just not the case, right? But anyway, Adil said, could you also do USDT dominance chart? Yes, for sure. There we go. Let's take a look here. So if you guys don't know, the USDT dominance chart typically moves inverse to the price of Bitcoin. If USDT dominance is going up, it's showing that people are going into USD, pulling out of crypto. So if you see this thing looking super bullish, probably a good indication that Bitcoin's probably going to go bearish, right? And the reason I don't really check this that often is because almost every time you check it, it's just like a perfect mirror of what Bitcoin's doing, right? So we have money flow coming out on the 1 hour, crossing over into the red on Bitcoin. You look at the 1 hour on the USDT dominance, you see the opposite, right? Money flow coming up, just crossing over into the green. But a good thing to do with this is you could see, right? We are starting to put in a bullish divergence technically here on the USDT dominance. Actually, I mean, very barely, right? Depends on if you pull it to the wicks or the bodies. But if we do wind up putting a bullish divergence in on the daily USDT chart, USDTD chart, it would indicate that this is probably going to rip. And Bitcoin may get a little bit of a dip, and it would make sense, right? Because we could get that bearish divergence on Bitcoin. But again, the reason I don't really bring this up often is because, it's good to check when you're looking for confluence for sure. A deal, 100%. You are, shout out to Underdog. I see you, bro. He said, blame Frankie with the Bitcoin B. I love those custom emojis. But yeah, when you're seeing that bearish divergence on the Bitcoin daily, it's not surprising to see a bullish divergence here on the USDT dominance chart, right? And you can see we got one here before getting a big move up for the USDT dominance chart. But let's pull this up next to Bitcoin, right? Oh, baby. Did we just print that daily? Yeah. Oh, baby. We did just print that daily candle, and good Lord, we are so close. We are so close to printing that red dot. Oh, my God. Didn't get it, though. Did not get it. But we're very close. Did we get it on regular candles for BTC? Oh, baby, it's so close. Give us the red dot. Give us the bearish divergence. Dump this thing to 0, baby. But we did not get it, guys. We didn't get the red dot, but we'll likely print oh, there it is, live on stream. Bing, bong. There's that red dot, baby. That is bearish. Doesn't mean we're going to dump, guys. I'm just being dramatic. But there you go. Finally got that red dot. This will likely flash on and off. If we get a pump tomorrow, we'll get a support here. That'll disappear. So, nothing too exciting for the Bears just yet. But that is definitely more of a bearish sign than anything. But I do just kind of want to show you guys here. Let me pull up the daily. Okay, there we go, right? Let me zoom out a little bit so we can see, right? So let me see, right? So what happened when we got this bull div on the daily for USDT dominance? USDT dominance wound up pumping about 13%. And what happened to Bitcoin at that same time? Let me change to the Heikinashi candles on Bitcoin so it's a little bit cleaner. Let me zoom in a little bit. Now, what happened, right? So I'm going to hover over that pump. Oh, look at that. We got the exact opposite on BTC, right? Came down about 12% on Bitcoin, right? So USDT dominance, got the daily bull div, we got a big pump up, and then we got a big dump on Bitcoin. So it's almost perfectly inverse correlated, right? So you can see this big pump up on Bitcoin, big dump down on USDT dominance. So it's just something you can look at for a little bit of confluence. So there you go. Shout out to Adil. Thank you for bringing that up, bro. We don't bring this up often enough. So if you're looking for some confluence, guys, definitely go ahead and check out that USDT dominance chart. Gideon says, for the record, every time I lose, I blame myself. Every time I win, I thank @FrankieCandles. Shout out to Gideon. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate that. It is funny, right? I always joke around. I'm like, I always ask people, what do you think is going to happen? Are we going to go up or down? And then they'll say up. I'll be like, okay, cool. So, if I lose the trade, I'm going to blame you. But if I win the trade, I'm going to be a genius. That's basically how it goes, right? I'll never forget this. It's like, you talk to your friends about crypto, just in your circle, and it's like, oh, you guys should buy this coin. You guys should buy this coin. Everyone's telling them what coins to buy, especially in a bull market. You go to a party, and like everyone and their grandma's telling you the next altcoin that's going to be the future, and then they all go to zero because no one's really in crypto. They're just there because the bull, Bitcoin's at 69K, and they're like, oh, this looks interesting. I'm going to get rich. But it is funny. You could tell them, you tell people like what you're buying, and if they win, they're a genius, and if they lose, you're the idiot. So it's just it's too funny. Shout out to Gideon though. It's good to see that flipped around. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you. All right, let's see. Oh my God, I said that as I was looking at Quest SQM's chat. Let's go. Now I blame George. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to Wolfman ate my coins. Let's see. Bada boom. Here comes the dump. Shout out to Ill Hero. Hey, listen. I hope Let's see. Digital Asset Degen, Dad. Hey, Dad, what's up? Shout out to you, man. Says, Rage pulls out stacks of cash to bathe in the tub. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. All right, let's see. I blame Karen. Let's go. All right, OP. Let's go ahead and take a look at OP. Let's go ahead and get rid of our USDT dominance. Shout out to a deal for bringing up that USDT dominance chart. I appreciate you, bro. All right, let's see. Taking a look at OP. Okay, so here we are. These levels are probably so dang old. I'm not going to lie. We already got the red dot on the daily here. Maybe this isn't front-running Bitcoin, right? No divergence, though, right? You have your lower highs on your momentum waves, but no higher highs on your price action. So no bear div. Didn't play out too well. We got a little rejection here off this level. Nice little cool-off. Nothing really too crazy here. I'm actually going to remove all this TA, and I'm going to is this a drunken head and shoulders? As you guys know, I am not the biggest pattern trader. I don't really I look at patterns. I take them in as confluence, but I don't just strictly trade patterns. But is this? I think this is actually a thing. Like you can have a drunken head and shoulders where it's like a crooked head and shoulders. That would be your neckline, and then you would break down, bearishly retest the neckline, and then for me personally, I would enter in on that bearish retest for potential short. Down to, I guess, if you do break down, you would likely break into this low volume node. I'm actually going to put a level here. Actually, I'll just pull some volume. It will likely give us that level anyway. There you go, right? Your value area low coming in right here. If you lose this value area low, boom, you got your value area low. You've got your POC. And you've got your value area high, right? So these are the three levels that I would be looking at personally. And if you lose, if you break down from your head and shoulders, bearishly retest, you'll likely come down to that POC / local golden pocket. If you do not get bullish confirmations at these levels, I would expect a potential further breakdown of that value area low. And once you lose that value area low, you will likely fall into this little low volume gap, bringing you not all the way, but down to about $1.88, which not only would be testing this little ledge of volume here, but also retesting these little highs that you made back here in January. So let me get rid of all these drawings here to clean things up. So whether this is a drunken head and shoulders or what have you, really all you need to know is we rejected the value area high, so it is likely or more likely to come down to your POC / value area low. Not only because you rejected the value area high, but also you want to remember your POC acts as a magnet, right? So this would, for the record, be a little bit more of a bearish volume profile, right? Because most of your volume is at the bottom of your, so this is a lowercase b shaped volume profile for the most part, and most of your attraction or your point of interest is going to be at the lower area of this volume profile. So this would be technically be a volume profile that you may want to just wait to come up to the highs, and you may have a better time just shorting the highs rather than longing the lows, right? Because if you come out away from your point of control, it will be likely for you to get sucked back towards the bigger area of volume. So there you go, just quick little sauce. V-Slim said I jumped in late. What are we blaming people for? Shout out to V-Slim. I was just saying, if someone tells you to buy like a low-cap altcoin, don't blame them if it goes to zero. Just blame yourself for buying it and doing no research. Shout out to V-Slim. Thank you for being here, bro. Shout out to Making Crypto. I'm not going to say that out loud because I'm sure YouTube does not like that word right now, but I see you making crypto. V-Slim says I blame Dave. V-Slim says I blame Dave Digital. V-Slim, you guys are funny. All right, let's see. But yeah, if we lose that value area low, I would look for a move down through that low volume pocket all the way down to our previous highs here, coming in at about $1.88. And then you do have that little ledge of volume. And then your next real big level of support is not going to come in until about right here, coming in at about $1.40. Again, that is basically where you get the next pickup or the next big high volume node. But you would also, look at that. I drew this level just based on looking at the volume here, guys. And then just look how accurately it lays right on these bodies right here, right? And then perfect rejection. So this, again, not only would you be testing that spike in volume, but you would also be testing these highs here. So just in a traditional manner or structural manner, you would expect some support here, right? So that's kind of the main levels I would be looking for on OP. VWAP on the daily is looking to come back to the upside. 12-hour. Looking for a move, VWAP coming back up, but money flow back in the red, a little bit more bearish looking. 10-hour money flow back in the red, 16-hour money flow back in the red. So with this setup here, we are seeing money flow coming into the red with our VWAPs coming up, which indicates to me that we may get a short-term bounce, but if money flow continues to come out, the trend will likely continue down, right? So if I was looking at OP here, I would pull a little bit of a fib here, and maybe we come up to retest that value area high again, put in a lower high to get that move down towards that value area low. And again, the reason for that is the move up would come from your green dot, and the continuation and rejection back to the downside would come off that money flow crossover into the red. Because, the money flow indicates the longer-term trend. The VWAPs indicate the ebbs and flows in the market, right? Money flow comes into the green, likely going to trend upwards, which we did. But it wasn't just a straight line up. We had a little bit of a cool off right here, which is perfectly correlated with this VWAP crossover to the downside. We got a little bit of consolidation, right? And then we got a VWAP cross to the upside for a continued move up. And then we got a crossover to the downside, which resulted in a move down, right? Do you see what I'm saying? Ebbs and flows. VWAP indicates ebbs and flows, right? But the money flow represents the longer-term trend, right? We trended up this whole time, but obviously you're going to go up and down on that way up. So VWAP crossover crosses that, makes that go down. VWAP crosses down. VWAP crosses down. VWAP crosses down. But when the money flow crosses over, you're expecting that trend to the upside. So there you go. That's what I would be looking for on OP. Again, potential short-term move to the upside with continuation to the downside in the cards with those money flow crossovers into the red. All right, let's take a look at Gala. A little GALA. Let's go. Take a look at the KuCoin chart. 1,155 people in here. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Let's go ahead and get 1,250 likes. If we get 1,250 likes, guys, I will go ahead and spin that wheel of pain and pleasure 20 times so you guys can essentially just take all my money, which I'm happy to do. But I'm just saying it is the fact, right? It is the truth of the matter here. Let's see. Frankie is that sauce boss. Shout out to Mikey L. Hey, Mikey. What's going on, brother? What's going on? Salud, my friend. Cheers, bro. Cheers. Salud. A little bit of Aztecian cactus moss water down the hatch. Smash that Luke. Oh, yeah. Tony says smash the Luke. Let's go. Smash the Luke, boys. Let's get it. All right. All right. Continuing on. Alex O says show calves. Before we jump into Gala, guys, I got the shorts on, guys. I can't get my legs up high enough. I think I might have just made myself a lot louder. I can't get my legs up high enough, guys, but I'm spanking the calves for you guys. I'm spanking the calves. And they are juicy today. I'm not going to lie. All right, continuing on. I don't know why I'm like this, guys. Oh, God, somebody call the cops on me. Anyway, taking a look at Gala. Here we go. Got a rejection from this local golden pocket. We haven't looked at Gala in quite some time. We got support on the value area low, move up to our value area high, rejection from the value area high. We lost the POC, bearish retest, and now we would technically, due to the laws of the volume profile, we would expect it to be more probable to come down to our value area low. And we would not expect a move back up to the top of the range until we break above that point of control, which does come in at about 0.049 cents. 0.049 cents. So that is the main level I would look at, right? Let me zoom out a little bit, get a little more volume in here. And, yeah, there you go. And, again, low volume gaps, guys. For anybody who's curious with low volume gaps and what they do, got a low volume gap here. I'm going to go ahead and circle this whole low volume gap. Right? And what happened through that low volume gap? We got a massive rip to the upside, and now we're kind of fighting here. We may fall right back down through that low volume gap to come down to the value area low. So again, Zoom out a little bit. Bada boom. Yeah, we do have that gap right here. If we come down a little bit lower, we could fall through that gap again and come all the way back down to about 0.042 cents. 16-hour, I mean, this is looking very similar to Bitcoin. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. If I'm being honest, money flow coming out on your 16-hour. Daily, red dot is printing. No blood diamond, I don't think. No blood diamond, but you are getting a pretty tight red dot here. Money flow looks like it's starting to roll over on the daily. 16-hour back in the red. 12-hour back in the red. VWAP starting to roll back up. 8-hour red dot confirmed. Money flow coming out. That is pretty bearish here. You have your VWAP curving back up, but your money flow is coming out, right? So that, again, would make me anticipate a potential short-term move to the upside before a potential continuation back down. So maybe what we could potentially see here is a retest of that high volume node, right? So we might come back up, retest that POC to make a higher low. We have a high and then a lower high. I'm sorry. I always get tongue twisted there. But you have a high and then you have a lower high and then a potential continuation a potential continuation to the downside through that low volume gap to that value area low. 4-hour VWAP coming back to the upside, money flow coming out, right? So same deal. But there you go. Those are basically the levels I would be watching, guys. A more local level to the downside to watch is going to be, you have this little spike in volume right here, basically where that wick just tapped. But yeah, just in general, I would expect if you can't get it back above that POC at about 0.049 cents, I would expect to move back down to your value area low. And I would expect some decent support there. If you break that low, that value area low, I'd expect a move down to this next level at about 38 cents, 0.038 cents. If you break that level, I'd look to come down to the 0.034 cent level. And then coming down to the 1 hour, money flow crossing over into the red. Yikes. Not looking great. 1 hour bull div. Got a nice 1 hour bull div, though. So that, again, may give you that, bounce up to retest that POC or maybe even this high volume node here. Let me pull a local golden pocket here real quick on the 1 hour. Yeah, I would watch a retest of that high volume node, right? That's what I mean. Retest of that high volume node just happens to be a local golden pocket as well. Could get a rejection there or a push up into the 786 before another rejection. And again, the reason I am expecting to get rejected from this, the reason I'm expecting this bull div to give us a move up and get rejected is because of the money flow crossing over into the red on the 1 hour and those higher hourly time frame red dots being confirmed. Daily red dot was daily red dot printing, 90-minute money flow in the red and continuing to come out, 45-minute money flow coming out as well. But you are getting a bull div here too. So short-term bounce potentially again to test high volume node before coming back down. Those are the levels I would be watching. And again, kind of the same thing as everything else. Potential short-term bounce before continuation to the downside is kind of how I am feeling. Soul end of VeChain. I almost replaced the word VeChain with something else. I don't know why I was going to say that word. I think the letter V threw me off. Wow. Thank God I didn't say that. I don't know why I would. Wow. Anyway, continuing on, guys. Solana, let's take a look at Solana. Let's see. Solana sitting at about $25. Not looking too bad. All right, let's take a look at the daily. Daily red dot, not even printing yet. But, oh, baby, you could put in a bearish divergence here on the daily time frame once you print that red dot, but we do not have it just yet. Money flow actually looks not too bad on the daily here for Solana. Thank you. Oh God. Sorry, I just accidentally. Oh God, this is a nightmare. I almost said a word by accident, and then I went to go scroll on chat, and I accidentally revealed a bad word in chat. One thing after another, guys. Anyway, I don't want to bring too much attention to it. Anyway, all right, here we go. But yeah, looking for it to put in some higher highs here on the daily, or we have put some higher highs in here on the daily. Potential bearish divergence. Let's see. Bada boom. Yeah, a little local bear div here, right? Well, not yet, not quite yet. But if we print that red dot, you would have some form of a bearish divergence here. But you are sitting right at this high volume node, so you do have a decent bit of support here. But once you print that red dot, you're likely going to get a move down. Let's move down to the 16-hour red dot is confirmed. 12-hour red dot is confirmed. See what the 4 hours doing, curving back up. This looks the same as a lot of this other stuff. 1 hour money flow crossing over into the red, but you are getting a nice little bullish divergence on that 1 hour. So again, with that 1 hour money flow crossing over into the red would make me think that the trend may continue to the downside. As long as we don't come back into the green, I would as long as that money flow stays in the red, I'm expecting this trend to continue down. However, because of that bull div on the 1 hour here, this is likely going to give us some form of a move up, potentially going to get a bearish retest. Go ahead and pull that fib. Potentially, let me get rid of this trend line. Could potentially get a little bit of a move up here on Solana into this local golden pocket /786 before getting a move down. And again, the reason for that is money flow, money flow, money flow. But other than that, guys, this is looking, I'm going to give you levels on this because it's looking very similar on a technical level to everything else other than no red dot on the daily. So let me get rid of this trend line right here. The trend told me we were friends. Shout out to V-Slim. Let's see. You guys are funny. So we have, okay. Oh, God. So you guys are funny. Shout out to Dave Digital. What did I do? I started, oh, God, what did I start? Yeah, Virginia. Shout out to Elvis Diaz. Yeah. Yeah, unbelievable. What did I start? Jay Schlungen. Hey, I like that name, Jay. Shout out to you, says bingo night. Yeah, I get a lot of requests to do bingo night. I don't really know what people are talking about. I got to talk to somebody. Someone said that CryptoFace says somebody says CryptoFace has bingo night or something. People seem to like it. I don't really know what they're talking about. I've never seen that. But yeah, I'd love to learn more if someone wants to give me some information on that and how to do it. I wouldn't be against it at all. All right, let's continue on. Taking a look at Solana. How long are we going here? Let's check time. Okay, we got plenty of time. Yeah, we're a bunch of 12-year-olds. Shout out to Beer Entrepreneur. Yeah, it's okay. Hey, we can have fun, right? Right in line with me. Anyway, but yeah, let me give you some levels here on Solana. Taking a look at that 1 hour, not as easy to get these local ranges. I'm going to go ahead and pull our local range from here to here. Just get this little bit of a wonky range with tons of deviations, but this is really all I got to work with. So looking at this kind of macro range that we have going on here, you do have somewhat of a D-shaped volume profile, so it is somewhat balanced. Granted, we did bring in a decent bit of volume down here. I would actually even consider, maybe this being a separate value area. Interesting little levels down here. But anyway, I don't want to get too deep into that. But looking here, we have broken down back below our value area high with a bearish retest. If we can't get back above this value area high, guys, I would expect a rejection back down. First off, looking at this level here at about 2340. Let me go ahead and put a line there. At about 23.99, this would be first stop off on our way down to that POC. That would be the first level. This POC would be the first level I'd be looking for a decent bounce at. If we don't hold this high volume node at $24, look for a move down to 23.27. If we lose that level, I will look for a move down to our value area low at about 22.41. So there are some key levels to watch. And then let me see if I can get you a little bit of confluence potentially between some of these levels, right? Yeah, there you go. Local golden pocket sitting right at that high volume node as well. So again, if you don't get a bounce off the golden pocket, look for that move down to the 786 or /POC. So the first level has perfect confluence with the golden pocket, and our second level being that POC also has confluence with that 786. So these are the two major levels I would look for. And then if you break down below that POC, obviously that value area low is going to be your next level, and that is coming in at about 22.41. But again, money flow is looking more bearish. So short-term pump before a potential continuation to the downside. What would invalidate that would be money flow crossing back into the green, right? So that is kind of, obviously you can't just bet the farm on the fact that money flow is in the red because it could flip back to the upside. But as of right now, with money flow in the red, I would expect to continue a little pump to the upside before a continuation down, especially because those higher time frames, like the daily VWAP, is starting to cool off. So you do have that backup incoming, right? Once that red dot prints, if you start getting that move down, on the lower time frames, once that daily red dot prints, it'll help kind of shove price down. Hello all, good night. Shout out to Ricardo Rodriguez. Shout out to you, bro. He says, let's go, Frankie. Ding dong, bing bong, let's go. Shout out to Ricardo. Let's see. All right, let's move on. Bada boom, V-Chain, and then we will take a look at ACH. Let's go ahead and check it out. V-Chain. Let's go. Bada boom. Let's take a look at the Tether Binance chart. Wow. Oh, baby. V-Chain with a big higher high on that daily time frame. I'm going to pull some wonky volume here, guys. I'm going to pull it all the way from here to there. Boom. At that value area high. Let me go ahead and pull this to this low and see what that does. Yeah, we're at that value area high, guys. If we reject this value area high, yeesh. All right, here we go. Let me give me a second here, guys. This is looking saucy. Hang on. Give me a second here. Higher highs on our price action, much higher highs, like violent higher highs on our price action. Boom. That is an extreme angle, right? With our lower highs on our momentum waves, if we get that red dot on V-Chain. Here's a freebie, guys. Again, no guarantee this plays out. Just because there's a bear div doesn't mean that you're going to dump, right? There's much more to trading than just looking at one signal, right? You need confluence. However, if we get this red dot on the daily, you would put in a pretty nasty bear div. Now, yeah, this is actually, we're at that macro value area high of this wonky range, right? You have a high volume node up here, which is, obvious. High volume node, this is going to be a very, very strong level. That ledge right here was what we rejected, right? So we got a nice little rejection here. If we get shoved back down below that value area high, I'm actually going to mark out these levels. Let me just, boom. Let me label these. Value area low. This is the sauce, guys. This is, I'm going to give you some sauce right here. POC. No guarantees this plays out. I don't want anybody being like, hey, I'm going to jump into this because Frankie said it. Do your own research, please. Don't just listen to the crazy guy screaming into the camera on the internet. Definitely don't listen to that guy. But here you go, right? If you print that red dot, which is not happening as of right now, but if you start printing that red dot on the daily, this would look pretty bearish in my opinion, and that's just looking at the daily. Number one, we're at the value area high of our given range that we pulled, right? Key resistance. Also have a high volume node. That's confluence right there, right? Confluence. Anyway, then if we put that bearish divergence in, that would be another level of confluence for a move to the downside. And again, we would have to lose that value area high. We'll take a look at it on the lower time frames, right? So there you go. Daily bear div into key resistance / high volume node, some confluence there. Let's see if we can get a, let's pull a little bit of a boom, right? It's also a 786 test, a macro 786 test. Just piling on the confluence here, right? So there you go. That'll add a little bit more confluence. I'm going to clean up the chart, though. I'm going to get rid of that fib. But just so you know, we do have a 786 right there. I'll just draw it as a line, right? So you got a 786. 786, value area high, high volume node. I would actually extend this blue box all the way up here. This is a very big area of resistance. We got a hard rejection last time. Are we going to double top here and get another big rejection? That daily bear div and all that resistance says possible. But coming down to lower time frames, money flow, 16-hour bear div confirmed, right? As we're losing that value. Oh, no, we're holding the value area high on the 16-hour. But you have money flow coming out on the 16-hour with your red dot confirmed, bearish divergence confirmed, 12-hour money flow coming out, 12-hour bear div confirmed, 10-hour money flow also generally coming out. Oh, baby, this is the key level to watch, guys. If we decisively lose that value area high, it would be likely for this daily bear div to print and play out in some form or fashion. 8-hour money flow coming out, your 5-hour money flow generally coming out, kind of locally trending up, but just in general, you are trending to the downside. Again, basic market cipher strategy, guys, when you have money flow coming out, momentum coming out, and price coming up, that likely shows you that price is going up, but your oscillator's not agreeing with it. And if your arrows, put some arrows on your trend lines here, double-click your trend line, put an arrow on this thing, right? Where are those arrows pointed, right? General market cipher strategy, basic market cipher strategy, right? Boom. This high to this high. Generally, we are pointing to the downside, right? This is showing that this is likely where things are going to end up, right? You guys remember when Crypto Face was on the show a couple weeks ago, he was saying you can actually kind of just do this, right? He was saying what he likes to do is he just kind of draws a trend on the momentum wave. So he'll do something like this, right? He goes like this, right? That would indicate a trend to the downside, or money flow, right? Money flow comes to the downside, right? So kind of connecting your highs, right? Well, I guess connecting your highs like this would be generally flowing out. This is a bad example. But, you know, momentum coming out, money flow coming out, plus those bear divs confirmed. Definitely a more bearish look. 4-hour VWAP. Now it's starting to look similar to Bitcoin. VWAP starting to round off on your 4-hour. Again, that value area high still being held. Really, this is your key level. If you lose this level and that 7.8, well, no, this isn't a 7.86. If you lose, basically, if you lose this value area high, that is where I'm expecting to move down. And again, I would wait for that daily red dot to print. So definitely looking like a potential saucy setup there. Not financial advice, guys. Not financial advice. Trade at your own risk. Trading is risky. Do not just blindly follow some crazy person on the internet. Please do your own research. If you look at the charts, right, let me go ahead and see what this Frankie Candles guy is all about. Let me do my own research. Oh, no, this guy's an idiot, right? This guy on the internet is a crazy man. He says this looks bearish. I see this as looking mega bullish. And if that's what you're saying when you do your own research, then you would want to long that, right? Not short it just because some guy on the internet said that I would potentially be looking at a short at this level. All right, let's see. Let's see. You the man, Frankie C. Shout out to Pedro Carrasco. I don't know how to say your name, but shout out to Pedro. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for that kind comment. Let's see. Yeah, Greg. shout out to Gazgano FPV says he always says trust the indicator, and he's right. Market cipher is fire. Shout out to you, man. Sahil says hi, Frankie. What's your take on Matic? I like your hat. Hey, shout out to Sahil. Thank you, bro. These are coming to the merch store momentarily, very soon. Not momentarily, but very, very soon. I wonder how many viewers we have. There's no way. Yeah, interesting. I'm going to refresh my YouTube studio here, guys, because I think my numbers are all messed up. Let's see. It says we have 1,155 people in here, but the number's been static at 1,155 for so long that I assume that it could not possibly remain that steady. There we go. Okay. 872 people still in here, guys. We got 800 and something likes. I can't fully see it. But, guys, don't forget to smash that like button if you want to spin that wheel of pain and pleasure and get some free crypto or maybe even a free hat. But, yeah, smash that like button, guys. Going for $12.50. Thank you all for who already smashed that like button. How much time we got? An hour and 47. Alchemy Pay. I think that's what this is. I'm just blindly calling it Alchemy Pay. It is Alchemy Pay. Look at that. Take a look at that Coinbase chart. Same, guys. Same thing, right? Listen, I'm not saying that it 100% is going to dump. I want to be very clear because, a lot of people think that is the case, right? Putting in a potential bear div, this is what I would watch. I would watch a potential bearish divergence on the daily time frame. Money flow starting to curve off here. VWAP coming to the downside. Looking for the red dot on the daily. That is likely where you'll see a move down on Alchemy Pay. And the fact that you have the divergence and the 12-hour money flow making a lower high potentially right here. 8-hour money flow flat. I will say this. Money flow looks a lot better on Alchemy Pay. Okay. See, this is not looking exactly the same as other things, right? What were we just looking at? I don't even remember what coin it was. But that looked, VeChain looks very, very bearish, right? At least in the short term, medium term, for a pullback, right? Looks bearish for a pullback. But Alchemy Pay telling a little bit different of a story. You don't have as aggressive of a bear div here. It is there, right? If you get that red dot. You could get that bear div. However, your money flow is not coming out as aggressively. You are still technically getting a lower high here. right? So money flow is still technically coming out, and you do still technically have a bear div here. I know some people don't like skipping waves like this, but in my experience, they do play out still. But again, not looking as bearish as VeChain, right? 12-hour money flow still coming out, but not as bearish, right? Kind of almost flat there. Your 10-hour money flow 10-hour money flow kind of coming out, but again, still not looking as bad. Taking a look at your 4-hour VWAP, curving to the upside, looking for the green dot very, very soon. I would be actually pretty cautious. I'd be cautious on Alchemy Pay for another push to the upside because money flow is not coming out as aggressively. Let me see the 1 hour. Yeah, like even the 1 hour is coming out, but it's just not as aggressive as some of these other things, right? So with that, not being said, but with that happening, I would be careful of this being some kind of bullish consolidation, right? This could wind up giving you a little breakout for a second push to the upside, and we'll take a look at some levels that may give us a little bit more insight into if this thing's going to go up or down. But kind of what I would look for here is another push to the upside. Again, we'll find the level in a second, and then look for new bearish divergences on these medium hourly time frames to form for a potential move to the downside. So if you do get that second high, I would look for something like that as money flow continues to come out. I'd like to see money flow come out a little bit more aggressively before looking for a short on Alchemy Pay. 16-hour red dot is confirmed, but let's take a look at some levels here for ACH. Here we go. 16-hour. Oh baby. Oh baby. Oh god, this thing is saucy looking. This thing is ripped. Dang. Yeah, I mean, oof. Yeah, testing this high volume node. Very, let me come up to the daily. Yeah, very hard to, yeah. So you are testing this high volume node right here. Are we going to reject it and fall through that low volume gap? Or are we going to rip above it and fly through this low volume gap? That's the thing, right? Because you actually have a low volume gap here, and you also have a low volume gap here, right? So the question is, are you going to break out and rip through that low volume gap to test this level up here at about 6 cents, which I will put a level there. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put a level right there. And I'll put a level right here, and I'll put a level right there, and I'll put a level right here, right? And I'll get rid of the boxes just because it'll be a little bit easier to see. So here you go, right? This is kind of the question, right? This is kind of the question. Are you going to get the breakout? I would say if you are going to get that higher high, that 6 cent-ish level, that 0.058 cent level would be a decent place to put that higher high in. Or you may just kind of, let me come down to a lower time frame now. You may just get, you may come up, put in that higher high, and then that is where you get a more mean bearish divergence, potentially, get that green dot here. Right now, this is predictive, right? Very speculative. There's no, it's very rare that you'll be able to just call it this accurately, but maybe you get a little move up, right? And then you get that shot up here. This may be a stretch to come up this high just off of this 4-hour green dot, but it is something to watch, right? And then you will eventually get your lower high, get your bearish divergence, and I would be a little bit more comfortable shorting at this level if you have money flow coming out a little bit more aggressively. Kind of hard to find. Yeah, I mean, we've come up very, very high on this. This is, this thing is doing great, I'll be honest. But yeah, let me go ahead and pull a more macro fib level here. Yeah, again, another level. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make this a box, right? Little bit of confluence. Here between your 786 and that high volume node. So if you don't make it all the way up to that 0.058 cent level, you may come up and test that 786. So I would look, if you do get a second push up here on Alchemy Pay, I would look, past that golden pocket. If you break that golden pocket, I'd look to this blue box between about 0.055 cents and about 0.058 cents. Let me just cover some of these super chats, and I think, let's see. Kbon3, thank you for that super chat, bro. I do appreciate you. Said, love the content. Which indicator are you using? On my channel, I use a plethora of indicators, but the one that is on the screen right now is Market Cipher. We do have a discount code if you want to use it. I believe it is MCFrank20. Is the discount code, and I believe you get 20% off if I'm not mistaken. So definitely check that out. Go to Market. You could click. I think there's a link in the description that you can click to get a discount. But yeah, this is a big part of my TA for sure. Absolutely love it. Let's see. James M. said, just popped in here late. My wife and I had our firstborn at 5:12 p.m. Wanted to share with the fam. Love this community and love you, Frank. You're the best. Thank you for all you do for us. Gotta go. James, you're a new dad. Bro, guys, we do this when people win trades or make money, but we're throwing money. James, bro, you're an OG, bro. Congratulations. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, bro. Congrats, bro. Good for you, man. Oh, God, firstborn. Was it a boy or a girl? If you're in chat, let us know, bro. James, bro, congratulations to James. James M. having the baby. Let's go. Throwing all the money. Let's go. Bing bong. Shout out to you, bro. I'm stoked, bro. Super stoked. Let's go. Congrats, bro. 5:12 p.m. Hey, it's not 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but hey, 5:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the perfect time to have a baby, man. Congratulations, bro. CandleMafia, show some love to James in the chat. Hey, Luke. Shout out to Luke. Thank you for that $10 super chat. I really do appreciate you, man. Yeah, dude, congrats, man. Shout out to James M, bro. I'm happy for you, bro. But guys, with Daddy Dave, congrats. Guys, with all that being said, we are running out of time here, so let's go ahead and start spinning that wheel of pain and pleasure. Somebody tell me, did we get 1,250 likes? If we didn't, run it up, baby, because if we hit 1,250 likes before we finish spinning that wheel of pain and pleasure, I will add those 20 spins to the wheel. I can't even see what we got here. What do we get? I don't even know. I can't see the likes. Let me move it over to the other screen here. Oh, hey. Whoa. Hey, you guys are on TV. Oh, chat disappeared. What the heck? All right, there we go. Frankie, do you feel like a peasant throwing money manually? Dave, I'll tell you this. It does get tiring, especially when the CandleMafia is crushing it and we got to throw a lot of money. It does get tiring. You know that it's probably because I haven't been to the gym in like a year. But yeah, those triceps be burning throwing that money up in the air. Yeah, we got to get we got to get the money gun, bro. We got to get a money gun in here. But yeah. Shout out to Dave Digital. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, Cap. Yeah, James M. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. Yeah, tell Baby M that the CandleMafia loves him. He doesn't even know. He's got a whole mob behind him, supporting him and rooting for him in life. Let's go. Let's see. Wick, great question, man. Frankie, Wick says, Frankie, what charity or nonprofit would you promote if you promoted one? Shriners or something. Hey, Wick, shout out to you, bro. I'll be honest, man. I don't know. I'm not saying that there's no good charities out there. I'm sure there is. But I'll be honest, man. I don't know if I ever would. I would 100% do charity work, right? I would donate to a charitable cause. I would do physical charity. I actually like doing that. Haven't done it. I haven't done it in way too long. But I would actually, I'll be honest, man. I don't know how I feel about giving money to an organization or a nonprofit. I would rather take money and go do good with it myself. Because there's a lot of companies, and not a lot of them. There are really good ones. I've heard Make-A-Wish is actually like very, very good. But there's other ones that I forget the name of it. I don't want to butcher it or, put shade on the wrong people. But there's one that's similar to Make-A-Wish. And I think it like came out that like only 3% of your money actually goes towards the kids, which is an absolute sin in my opinion. So like once I hear that happening, it's really hard for me to give money to a charity. I would rather like take a bunch of money and like actually go somewhere and do something with it where I can see the money actually making a difference, or I would rather just donate my time to go help people in any way I can. So, I'm sure there's good ones out there. I just don't know a lot about them. So yeah, that's kind of my that's kind of my take on that. I'd rather see the money do good and make sure that it's actually going to good. I don't care about paying people's salaries or anything like that. I want to help people, right? So I'd rather walk around the streets and hand out money, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. Shout out to Wick, bro. Good question. Gideon says there's a machine for that. Make it rain. We need a make it rain machine, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to Crypto Pollo. Dave Digital looking for Pollo. Hey. Bitcoin Chicken, Peck, where you at, bro? All right, guys, let's go ahead and spin that wheel of pain and pleasure. Here we go. How many? Oh, we got 895 likes, guys. Let's run it up. We only need 100 more likes to get to 1K. Let's get it to 1K. Likes are hitting that like button, guys, is obviously we have many ways. I talk about this all the time. We have many ways you can support the channel, right? Again, for anybody new, basically the way we do that, we make the way we run this channel, or the way that I run this channel is I give away as much free value as I possibly can, right? We offer premium products. We have the premium Discord. Shout out to the kitchen. But, we also have a lot of free value, right? We have the free Discord. This YouTube channel is essentially all you need. It's 100% free, and it is essentially all you need to learn trading from A to Z, from knowing nothing about reading a candlestick to advanced trading strategies and risk management, right? And that is 100% free. And my idea behind it is I would rather give a lot of the information away for free and then have affiliate links, right? If you want to trade, you're likely going to sign up for BitGet anyway. And if you learn something from the channel and you want to support, you could use our link. If not, you could just go to BitGet or Bybit or wherever you want to trade and sign up yourself. That's totally fine too. But I figure if we offer the information free and you want to support the channel, you could use our affiliate links, right? Or buy merch or get a membership, the YouTube membership, or join the premium Discord. But I forgot why I said that. Why did I say that? I completely forgot why I said that. There was a whole reason of saying that. Yeah, most charities only give 5%. Yeah, shout out to Jessica. I didn't even see you in here today. Shout out to Jessica. It's that's a sin in my opinion. Like if someone donates $100,000 to a charity and $5,000 of that money goes to the cause, that's sick. That's sick. I'm sorry. I don't know how nonprofits work really. Maybe I'm just uninformed on this situation, but that just sounds like a sicko to me. Gotta pay the CEO of the nonprofit 6 figures, right? Come on, help the people. People need help. Help them. But yeah, I don't remember what I was saying, but I don't remember what I was gonna say. But anyway, yeah, we try to give away as much free stuff as we can, and then I like to give you guys the option to support the channel if you want. I really wish I remember. I was gonna make a really really good point. Karen, thank you. Karen Dale, thank you. Yeah, that's the thing, right? So we give away the free information. If you want to support us using the affiliate links, then that's great, and we appreciate that endlessly. It really helps us out. I know a lot of people think if you have a YouTube channel, you can't I feel like people think you're trying to make money, and it's like, guys, this is our job, right? We need to make money. I gotta pay Tony D, right? I gotta make money too. I need to eat, but that's the thing. We give away the value for free, hoping that if you're gonna sign up for to trade anyway, why not get a discount, right? And most of our deals give you benefit, right? So we really try to make it as valuable as possible for the community. That is number one thing for this channel is we are a community first channel. So, but the number one thing I understand that not a lot of people that watch this channel might not even have money to trade with, so they're not going to join an affiliate link or buy a premium Discord or get merch if they don't have any money. They might be watching to learn how to I'm saving up my money to trade, so I'm watching the channel and learning ahead of time. So if you don't have any money to trade with or any money to support, that's 100% fine. Smashing the like button is the number one thing that you can do to help this YouTube channel, because it actually hits on the algorithm and pushes the videos out to more people so we can grow this community into an unstoppable force. And we kind of already are an unstoppable force. But let's see. We got 910 likes. Let's get it to 1K. Did we get 10? I butchered it anyway. You guys almost got 20 spins anyway, but this is bad. I shouldn't have done that. We already have so much stuff to give away. But anyway, we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 giveaways for today. 14 spins. We were supposed to do 8. But shout out to the Candlemafia. You guys got like 5 extra spins. So smash that like button on the way out, or at least hit me with a hashtag value. I don't know what Gideon said. Frankie Candles. The VIG Tony applies is something else. Gotta pay the man or something, or things. Gotta pay the man or things get broke. Yeah, I would be lost without the mods and Tony D. We have the best community, guys. We have the best team of people working on this, and it's what makes the CandleMafia so special. So hashtag value. Thank you for that, Crypto Billy. Thank you for that, Rob the Crypto Snob, Crypto Anon, Tyler Durden, all the mods, Captain Kirk. I don't know if she's still in here, but shout out to Captain Kirk. I love you all. Thank you all so much, and thank you to the CandleMafia for sticking with us all the way to the end of the stream. Let me pull my VMix again. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the stream, guys. I appreciate every single one of you guys more than you could possibly imagine. And even just watching the stream helps out the community. But yeah, shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. And with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Watch out for that Bitcoin dump. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bang.
Tyler Ramos.
$33, $34, $35, $36, $37, $38, $30. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. I got to get back to the gym. The calves are going to lose steam. Oh, God. Oh, no. Why? Why? You guys didn't see that. You guys did not see that. I wish I had the Men in Black thing. So I wasn't doing calf raises, guys. I was not doing one-legged calf raises. Oh, God. Now you guys know the secret workout. You will not remember this, guys. You will not remember this. Forget you ever saw it. And if you do remember, don't tell anybody. Keep it to yourself and juice up those calves. It's my secret workout routine. Shout out to the Candle Mafia. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time. 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Whew. The calves are throbbing. Hasta pasta. Bing bong.
Tyler Ramos.